Hi, this is Joanne Masterson with Dental ClaimSupport, and we're here talking with Michael Ingram of the Dental Advocacy Group today about a topic that concerns a lot of dental practice professionals at the end of the year: how to control costs coming into the new year. So, Michael, are you seeing at Dental Advocacy Group, when you have dentists come in and talk with you, what do they come in concerned about? We're both concerned with dental insurance, getting dentists paid the best that they can be with dental insurance. What do you see as their concern when they come in and talk with you?
Thanks for that question, Joanne. It's great to be with y'all today. The biggest question is, how do I get paid better? Uh, if you ask 100 dentists, do you like what you get paid by insurance companies? You will get 100 no's, that nobody's happy with it. There's not an insurance company out there that is reimbursing at the level that most dentists feel like they should be paid. So that is their number one concern, is the revenue side. How do I get paid better? And it's the question we hear first and foremost from pretty much everybody we talk to.
We hear that question too. In fact, most of the time, what we see in our dental biller support group is people asking, how do I raise my fees? And almost invariably, somebody will answer, it's a losing battle. Don't even ask. You're not going to get your fees raised. So if you could tell that person one thing, what would you say about your prospects or the opportunity to get better PPO fees?
Well, I'm going to actually give you two answers. One is that's not entirely incorrect. Most insurance companies either don't negotiate or they are loath to negotiate. So there's just not a lot of wiggle room there. There's not a lot of extra that you're going to see. It's a lot of work for not a lot of benefit. So what we like to do is try to take them down a different path. Are there ways to optimize what they're currently doing? Are there alternative pathways? Can you get access to the same insurance companies, but through a different avenue, meaning through like an umbrella PPO or a sharing relationship or something where your network status and your patient in and out of network and all of that doesn't change, but the fee schedules that are being used do change. And we do see some variability there and some opportunities through our analysis. It's called our fee schedule analysis, which does represent different opportunities and pathways to improve revenue through different fee schedules. And each practice is unique. It really just depends on the different mix of insurances. But that's what our fee schedule analysis is designed to do, is to find what those alternatives may be.
So what you're saying is, if I'm hearing you right, what you'd like dental teams to know is that, yes, it can be an uphill battle to take on an insurance company by yourself and trying to negotiate a higher fee. But if you have an advocate, such as Dental Advocacy Group or another organization, that there's a different strategy you can use to go in and get better fees. So tell me a little about the umbrella and how you would do advocate on behalf of a dental company, a dental business.
Yeah, so what we like to start with is what we call our fee schedule analysis, and I'm going to answer your question kind of in a roundabout way. So our fee schedule analysis is designed to take a very holistic look at the situation of the practice from an insurance contract and their billing and revenue side of things. So we start first by looking at just strictly their practice fees. Are they billing appropriately? Almost every time we look at a dental practice and we look at their practice fees versus their market, they are lower than where they think they are. Most will say, well, I'm in the 70th percentile, and they're in the 50th or the 40th. It almost always happens. So our analysis will help them set their fees appropriately so that they're billing what is appropriate for the market. And then we look at their insurance contracts to see what is that fee schedule costing them in terms of a discount. We throw in the billing and revenue side, and then we come back with some very specific recommendations. One of the tactics that we use, which we have found a good bit of success with, is when we have an umbrella PPO that represents a lot of insurance companies, typically some of the very ones that are using the practice now, but it consolidates contracts into one versus having multiple. And in many, many cases, those umbrella PPOs have better fee schedules. They're also a little more likely to negotiate. So if that is a tactic that we take, they're a little more amenable to that than your typical insurance company would be. So that's kind of our big look at the practice, and that reveals a lot of what those alternative pathways and alternative ways to increase your revenue may be.
That's great. Here at Dental Claim Support, our billers go into the practice software and they can see how old a fee schedule is, or if it's even in there at all. One of our services is to go in and update that fee schedule so that the dentist is getting the most benefit from the highest fees that they can get. So I hope that that encourages people to reach out and ask, look in their software, maybe see how recently those fees have been updated. And if it looks like you might be able to help yourself cover the cost of doing business in the coming year with better PPO fees, what can they do? How can they reach out to you?
Well, I'll mention, first that there's a lot of ways to kind of approach this, but what you need is a good partner, somebody you trust, somebody that has your best interest in mind. I don't typically trust people that want to do a whole lot of work and charge me a whole lot of money without guaranteeing anything on the back end. So all of our services do have a guarantee associated with them, but we want to take a look at where are you today and where can you go? And our fee schedule analysis gives you that great snapshot of where are you today. So if you're interested in that, the best way to get in touch with us is first, I encourage you to visit our website. That's dentaladvocacygroup.com. We have a lot of great information there. We have a lot of different practice situations. Are you a startup? Are you an acquisition? Are you a fee for service? We kind of explain how we go about the process of helping those different practice situations. We also have a free assessment. It's about 10 questions. It'll take a dentist or an office manager 3 minutes to fill it out. That gives us a snapshot of where you are. How many doctors do you have at your practice? Who are you contracted with? Things like that. And then we get on the phone and talk, and we just explore the opportunities and really understand, where do you want to go as a dentist? What's the vision for your practice? What problems are you trying to solve? And then how do we go about actually solving those? So that assessment is a great tool that we use for that. And like I always tell people, there's no cost to get on the phone and have a conversation. This is just an opportunity for me to learn about your situation. What do you want to do? What do you want to fix? And if we can help you with that, we'll go to the next step. If we can't, we'll just tell you that we can't, and we'll offer you some other alternatives. But you've got to get started first, and that assessment is a great way to get started so that we can at least have a good conversation about how we might be able to help you.
That's great, Michael. Thank you for explaining that. So first, a great strategy for covering the cost of business in the coming year is make sure you're collecting the highest PPO fees you can, and you're charging them. They're in your software. And our business helps make sure you collect the most for the least cost. Once those are established, those fees are established, Dental Claim Support comes in, and we're kind of like partners in a way, like
Yes.
not official business partners, but our services work hand in hand, because once the fees are set to be optimal, then you want to collect on them in the lowest cost and get the highest amount for those claims. And that's where Dental Claim Support comes in. So for Dental Claim Support, it's dentalclaimsupport.com. For Dental Advocacy Group, it's dentaladvocacygroup.com.
Yeah, that advocacy word's tough if you say it more than a few times in a row. But I'll say that we do have a lot of clients that we both have, that they're clients of yours, they're clients of ours. Those are probably the best run clients that we have. If something shows up, a claim comes in weird, an EOB, shows the wrong network, Dental Claim Support catches that, like right on the front end. And so we're in a position to fix those types of things. So, we wholeheartedly support what you guys do. And like I said, of all the clients that we share, the ones that work the smoothest are ones that we are both working on together. So it is a really, really good combination.
We see the same. And thank you so much for helping explain what you guys do and how to help dentists have the most successful year to come.
Absolutely. Appreciate the opportunity, Joanne. Thank you.